Let's see. We're gonna do subscribers. Anyway, hello. Hopefully I'm public. uh Good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm just popping on here live to color a little bit. I was going to can today. However, I was up all night with asthma, so if my voice sounds terrible, I apologize. If I cough and hack, I apologize. Farm wife, hello, hello, how are you? Um, so many people mentioned yesterday that my coloring was relaxing to them, and quite frankly, we all need a little relaxation right now. So I've got a little bit of time today. I do have a Zoom meeting for my grief coaching today at 4. So I'll have to jump off of here to be able to prepare for that. But before that happens, we're going to color because, quite frankly, my soul needs it. Good morning, Nana. Good morning, Suburban Hillbilly. How are you? Oh, there's so many of you. Frankie and John, Greta, Blue, Luke. Let's see, Melinda. Oh, Michelle is on. Danush, is it Danush? Dunush? How do you pronounce that? Danush? God is good, Melrod. Hello, good morning, good morning. Okay, so my asthma is bad today. I was going to can seedless blackberry jam, but I'm not going to have time today because I've got class at 4 o'clock. So I figured, okay, well, what can I do? I mean, I could do laundry. I do have 2 loads of laundry staring at me, but they're just towels. Okay, so I don't feel so bad. But what can we do together? Something fun, something relaxing. I figured, you know what? Let's color. Because that's where my spirit has been lately. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And I figured I'd just turn on the camera. Why not? And hang out. If you're if you're bored and you ain't got nothing else to do and you just want a little relaxation, come hang out. Do you have a load in, Michelle? It's like I've been doing laundry now since Sunday. And I feel like it just never ends. All right, so get everything out here. I like using these little books to like choose colors because sometimes when you go to choose a color, it's not really a good color to choose. Good morning, Adita. All right, we're going to do this house because this is nice and simple. It's not too complex. I wasn't sure if I could do it all in one sitting. Some of these houses are a little bit more detailed. So, ooh, this one. Oh, I can't wait to do that one. That one's going to be my next one when I've got time to like just sit and color. But look at all these cute houses. I got this book is from Color to Calm, which I love her books. I think I have like 5 or 6 of them. She's here on YouTube. Just type in Color to Calm. Her channel will pop up. And I buy them on Amazon. And they're so much fun. That's going to be my next one. But this one's nice and easy. So I figured maybe we could do it. I'm going to apologize if I sound very breathy. I've been on my inhaler. Here's my inhaler for proof. I've been on my inhaler since yesterday. And it's supposed to just, this is supposed to be my rescue inhaler, but I've been needing her. So, but we have a lot of allergies going on here in Michigan. So it is, it's been a struggle. So I apologize if I cough and if I breathe heavy in the phone. Because of course the microphone is like right up under my face. All right, so first and foremost, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Heather, you should have a Kneady Homesteader coloring book made. You know, did you know that you can make one with Canva? My girlfriend, Sonia from Dave and Sonia in Michigan, that's their YouTube channel, told me I'm seriously thinking about taking pictures of my chickens. Taking pictures of my chickens and making like a chicken coloring book. Because then I could make like rainbow chickens. Oh my goodness, I would love that. So I have thought about that, but I don't even know how to use Canva. I'd have to learn. Okay, so I figured I would show you really quick what I use because I know I got a lot of questions on that yesterday. So these are mine. Now ignore my pile of Bibles because that's from my Bible study this morning. So I'll move my Bibles out of the way real quick. These are all Ohuhu markers. Okay, they're all different kinds. I've got watercoloring there. These are alcohol markers, but they're a little different shape. That's all. But normally this is what Mina uses because she'll sit next to me and color too. And then this is my stack over here. So now these are different sets. This is the skin color set. These are all skin tones. This is their big 320 set. And then these are their, I think it's a 96 set. I think might be 72. But this is all the pastels. So I've got 3 different sets here. And this is what I use to color. And then let me move this back. And then also what I have, hold on, I'll jump you off the tripod real quick. These are watercolors, or I'm sorry, these are the journaling pens. These are the new journaling pens that I just got, which are really cool because they make dots for journaling, which is really good for Bible study. So these are my metallic colors. So these are all metallics. That's this whole set here. These are just highlighters that I use for Bible study. These are my chalk pencils. So I use chalk pencils. I have a blender for pencils. Down here are these are Tombos. I don't really use those to color with. But I use gel pens. These I use a lot in my coloring. These are the Ohuhu glitter markers. So when you want that extra glitter, that glisten, I use these. I do use the Ohuhu. These are the fine line drawing pens. I do use these when I color, especially the smallest one for spotting. And I just started using pastel chalks, which I am really liking. These aren't very expensive. I want to say I paid $12 for them. But they're really good for background and for softening. And like you saw yesterday, when I just want to pop a color, I'll color the main color that I want, and then I'll find the matching chalk and just kind of chalk over it. So that's mainly what I use. Mainly it's alcohol markers. Now these are kind of expensive, okay? But they are the best of the best. Meaning when you use them, they don't dry as fast as some of the less expensive. So they blend really well. You will find with less expensive alcohol markers, they dry, so you'll get the lines, like you'll get a big separation if you're going from a dark to a light. I would not invest in these though unless you really know that you like to use them. So I started with a 24 pack of Crayola crayons. Then I've moved up since then. So with my colored pencils, I started with an inexpensive set. That was this set. Sorry for my voice, guys. These are the Arteza, Arteza, the Arteza pencils. These are not expensive at all. These were my first colored pencils. And then when I really, really started enjoying it, I moved up to the Prismacolor, which are the more expensive ones. They just, and the only difference is these just blend better, easier than these. These you have to work a little harder for. Same with the alcohol markers. You know, you get what you pay for, so the more expensive you get, the easier they are to use. If you know you love coloring, I wouldn't even go cheap. I would just go for the gusto. It's an investment, but you know what? I use coloring for brain healing, because you guys know I have 2 brain injuries. So I was introduced to coloring in the hospital for healing my brain from my speech therapist who specialized in brain injuries. And then, of course, it's good for healing my hands, keeping my hands moving, and doing detailed work, because I can lose that if I don't use my hands. So it's for that. And then, of course, it's for stress, anxiety. If you have panic attacks, if you just have a lot of anxiety, of course, I would recommend the Bible. It's the #1 cure for that. But if you are like me and you're an overthinker and an overplanner and you just need to quiet your mind, look, I don't watch TV. I don't watch the Netflix. I don't watch Hulu. I don't watch any of that. I don't, the Bible tells us to guard our heart, to guard our eyes and our ears. And so I just don't let a lot of that stuff in. So instead, I will read a book or I will color. And I really like coloring. So, ours get used up so quickly. These are mine. Mina has her own set. Okay. I buy her own set because she can use her stuff up fast. Do you have a recommendation for a journaling pen or ink for least chance of bleeding through the Bible pages? Ooh, let's see. Do I what is that one company that I like? Right here. These are really good for the Bible. And these are from Mr. Penn. Anything from Mr. Penn is really good for your Bible. Let me see. Hold on, because I've got my Bible here. Now, for my Bible journal, because I write out the Bible, this is the book of Job, I'll use different pens. These are my favorites. This one was a free one, but I really love the way that it writes. It's really soft and light, and I like it. But these, let me see. I don't even know what brand this is. I'll put it in my Bible journaling, but you'll see. I love the way that it writes. It's just so smooth, and it's heavy. It's like a metal. I don't even think these are plastic. These feel like metal to me. I just got these, but I'll find a link to them. But the Mr. Penn, hold on. Again, very light, very little, and there's no bleeding. So hold on, let me grab my Bible. And this one's a thin paged Bible, but I'll show you. If I just put, just write my name, you'll see that it doesn't bleed through. So I would say anything from Mr. Penn, you're going to be good with. And they're highlighters too, because I want to say, I like the midliners. Midliners are good too. But I think I have a video on all of my favorite Bible highlighters and stuff like that. So, so you can go on my page and check. Where do you get those journal pens? These, I can pretty much get everything on Amazon, you guys. These are on Amazon. And when I put this video up live, I will, reset it for like replay. I will come back in the description and I'll leave some links for you guys. So, let's see, off topic. I'm still daydreaming of that bacon pepper jelly 10 months ago. All right. Okay. So now we're just gonna start coloring. So how I like to start is colors. All right. So I always like green, of course, for, and my favorite color is the beige green because it's just really pretty and light. Do you guys have a color that you want to do the house? Let me know. Let me know. Yesterday I had my aunt pick a color. And that was exciting because sometimes I get stuck on what color to use. So I'm just going to start with coloring some greens. Hopefully you guys can see that. Ever heard of diamond dots? Oh, are those is that the diamond art? The diamond art is so pretty. However, I think that would be a lot on my hands. I don't know, because I don't have a working thumb. My thumb doesn't open. So, and I don't really have a functioning, like I can't lift my pinky up. I can a little bit. Oh, she's getting better. She's getting stronger. But, so like doing the pinching all the time, I think would just end up really paralyzing my hand. So I don't think I could do the diamond art, but my girlfriend Angie does diamond art and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. All right, so right off the bat, I always just start with the greenery. And then sometimes a color will come to me while I'm coloring. But if you guys have a color that you want to see, let me know. It has a pen that picks up the dots. Oh, really? Thank you. I'll give Mr. Pen a try. Oh, I'll have to look into that. So maybe it wouldn't be so hard on my hands. I don't know where I would keep diamond art. I have so much stuff as it is. I have so much stuff. And some of these I'll leave white, so I'll come back and add a color or add white to them. Some of the flowers. Some of the flowers I'll just come back and add glitter to them. Let's see, I don't think my favorite color works with that setting purple. Doors with wax has a pen, picks up dots. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Sorry, sometimes when I get coloring, man, I just, excuse me, lose track of everything else. Some of the flowers I'll let stay kind of white, so I know to come back and either put a pop of color on them or highlight them white. I do use a white. I love these acrylic paint pens. I just have them in white, but I'm thinking about getting some colors. coloring is it's such good therapy for your spirit. It really is. If you just need a way to kind of relax. I forgot all the connection that it has to the brain, but it basically shuts off the part of the brain that is overstimulated and stresses and thinks, and it gets you using a different area of your brain, which is why they used it with me in the hospital. And so he gave me a pack of crayons and a couple of coloring books. And when I got home, I think I bought a bigger box of crayons. And then I ended up buying a cheap set of pencils. The pencils are hard for me to do like a whole picture like this with pencils because you got to press harder with pencil. So it just tires out my hands a lot. So I no longer use the colored pencils to like fully color with, but I use them to go over the alcohol markers. The alcohol markers are very easy. The only issue with them is that they dry very quickly. So so the more expensive ones allows for them to blend a little bit easier. Now I'm going to just color all of this green and come back and put pops of white on them. Make it easier. And then I'm going to color the grass a little bit of a different color green, which is going to be this color, GY1. The coloring book, yep, the coloring book is from Amazon. And if you go to my Amazon link, and you go to the coloring, I think I have it listed as like coloring therapy, TBI for traumatic brain injury. You'll find all of my coloring items there that I use. So the grass is going to be a little bit more of a pop of color. Come over here and do this. Like so. I'm going to do most of this, that other color green. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Michelle, you're the best. I'm so happy something artful is helping beautifully. Thank you. Yes. And I'm sharing this just because there are so many other people that, you guys are just like me. Right? We're all kind of in this boat together of just needing something outside of ourselves and something, I just can't take any more news. Am I the only one? I don't want to watch the news. I don't want to hear the news. I just want to crawl in my bubble. So I figured if this can help, if this helps me, it might help one of you. The kids are doing their schoolwork and the house is quiet. So I figured, okay, well, I'll just jump on and hang out with you guys. And we'll get started on a picture together. I don't know if I'll be able to finish. Usually when I color like this, I'll just keep coming back to it. I'll leave it open on my desk. And then throughout the day, if I got like 5-10 minutes, I just pop in my chair. I catch up on comments, and then I'll do another little, because you, with alcohol markers, especially when you start layering, it saturates, and then sometimes the colors will bleed if you just keep going at it, and it's like the hardest thing for me is like to stop and let things dry. I'm not good at that. So I just leave it open, and then when I get some free time, I'll pop it on and sit down, and I'll color a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Makes me want to do it too. Ah! Yes, that's the goal. The goal is to get everybody coloring. I would have never thought that it would be so much fun and so relaxing. But it is. I'll leave some of the flowers out. I'll move this over so you guys can see. And get this light over here. There, can you guys see a little better? Hopefully that's a little better. I have several Doug coloring books, and I love to just sit, relax, and color. Yes, yes, Barb. It's so relaxing. And I tell you, Mina and I color all the time together, and it is so bonding just to sit and spend time with her. Mason has colored with me a couple of times, but he's 13, so he's kind of like, no, Mom. I really don't want to do that. But Mina's like, Mina's all into it. And I tell you, just to sit and to talk with her, we talk about all kinds of stuff. And it's just a really good way to connect and spend that one-on-one time with her. I heard a therapist once say, give your kids, at the very least, just give them 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes where you're not, telling them what to do or, teaching them in some way. Just 20 minutes of talking where they can do whatever they want, they can say whatever they want, and you can just bond with them. And that's all kids want. That's all kids want is your time. And I'll tell you, after our accident, I realized like it was, God opened my eyes of where I spent a lot of my time. A lot of times in friendships that proved not to be fruitful. A lot of times in just, making sure my house was spotless. And my house always used to look like my house could be in a magazine, okay? Or like it was up for sale all the time. Like it was showroom ready all the time. every downtime that I had, I spent cleaning something, organizing something, getting my house like, I really thought that there was a lot of value in that. And after almost losing my life and after losing Matt, I realized how much time I wasted on just empty things like that. So now my house is a little bit messier, a little bit less organized, but now I spend my downtime doing things for my spirit, like sitting in my Bible or sitting here and coloring with my daughter or coloring with you guys. It really changed my perspective on a lot of things and how I spend my time and what I did with my time and what I would do if I got my time back. And so I move a little different now, that's all. And this is very enjoyable. And I'm not a creative person. I'm not an artist. I flunked art class. So if I can do this, anyone can do it. For sure, for sure. So there's the green. Good. How are you, Kava? I always have to hold my tongue and not use your real name. Not used to calling you Kava anymore. By the way, I Marco'd you. No, we don't use markup that often. All right, so I always choose to color the trees that are kind of more in the up front, and then the ones in the back I will chalk color to make it look really foggy, because I think it adds to the whole fairy house. And I had thought for a minute, oh, maybe I should make a second channel just with coloring. And then I'm like, why? You guys are all here. Why would I have you move somewhere else? Coloring is part of who I am. And really, the Kneady Homesteader, I have so many facets of my life. Like, I show everything here on my channel. I mean, why would this be any different, right? So from coloring to canning to baking bread, we're going to start milling flour soon. Like my chickens, packaging chicken eggs, my grief. Like, I share everything with you here. So I just keep the coloring here too. So once in a while, you might just get a coloring video from me. Unless it becomes really popular, and then I'll do it more often. If you guys wanted to see it more, I would do it more. Because I'm always coloring, and you can ask anyone that knows me in real person. This is what I do at night. I'll sit here and color right before bed. Like I said, I don't watch TV, I don't watch movies, I just don't. When I was in the ICU and I was wishing for more time, Lord, just give me more time. Just give me more time. I was like, okay, well, if I get more time, I'm definitely going to spend it differently. So this is what I do. I'm super interested in the milling too. Yes, I'm super interested in the milling too. I used to mill because I had a grain mill before, but I don't have any memory of it. So I think I have videos on it on my channel. But those memories no longer exist in my head. So it'll be like all new. So it's going to be like a whole new adventure for me. All right. So is there any place that I missed? Let's do a quick scan. A scan-a-rooney. I think I got all the greenery. But I'll leave these two greens out to the side just in case. Okay, did we think of a color for our house? Did we think of a color for our house? Let me know. And I think I'm gonna do sand white. What's this one? I think this one's gonna be more green. I don't know if I necessarily, yeah, that one's more green. I like that color though. So I'm gonna hold that off to the side, but I think sand white or we could do a cool gray. Let's see. We could do a cool gray. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling earthy tones right now for this. Purple, red. You want to do something bright? I think we're going to do this natural color for the rock. You guys thinking a bright house? More natural tone? Hold on. I'll finish this rock and then I'll show you. Kind of looks like part of the path. So I'm going to do this. Like that. All right. Let's see. So this was a very bright house that I did. I don't know if the glitter picks up there, but it's got glitter through it. So that was a very bright color. And then we have something more natural, but still bright. Like the orange and the yellow are still bright pops of color. So we could do something like that. So let me know. All right, let's finish the steps here. All right, let's see. So nice. Autumn shade of red. We could do like a deep red. That would be nice. So red, maybe some golds, maybe some orange. Okay, so let me go back with my green. Just fill in some of this area here. teal and gold. I love the happy colors, right? All right, so then what I like to do with the same color, I like to go in and I just like to put a second coat in some of these areas to make them look darker and more, give them more like depth. And all it is, it's the same color. So it'll blend really easy. But do you see how all of a sudden, like, things just become a little bit more 3D, if you will? And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's your picture, right? I mean, we're not entering into an art contest. I used to be really hard on myself. Oh no, I messed that up. And then I realized, well, who did I mess it up for? It's just my picture. It ain't going nowhere. It stayed in my book. Like, who am I trying to impress? So, if you mess up, I mess up on every single picture. There's not one picture that I have colored that I haven't messed something up. But I try not to let that distract me. So what I like to do is, it is very healing for the heart. I colored a lot through my grieving, and it was very comforting. So what I like to do is I like to look at the steps, and anything that I see that has like shadowing, that's where I like to add an extra layer of color, because that's just going to help it look more more 3D, if you will. So that's what I like to do. But everyone has their own coloring style. This is why I love to watch people color, because they have a style. I didn't think I had a style, but I'm now realizing when I go back and look at my pictures that I do have a style. I'm gaining one. So if you color, just have fun with it, right? Let's see. Nothing is a mess up with glitter. This is so true. You could always slap some glitter on it. Heather, did you take classes when you were in the hospital? Nope, they just gave, they used to take me down to the rec room. There was like I was kind of like, I was in a long term like care facility. It was in the hospital. But there were like, a lot of elderly there. And so they had like a little senior rec room, and there they would, I would color, they bought me herbs and a little planters and some dirt. And so I was able to get my hands in dirt because they thought that would be very healing for me. And it really was. It was such a blessing. So I did that, but most of the time I just colored in my hospital room on my little food tray. They brought me a recliner so that my leg could always be elevated, and I would sit there and just color. So here we go. Oh, thank you. So you see how when it dries, it gives it a little bit more depth. And then you could go back over it, like some of these bigger sections, you can go over it a third time And it'll just give it more of a 3D look to it. But there we go. Now we got some cobblestone going on. Yeah, I'm self-taught. Oh, thank you. Thank you. God is so good. God is so good, you guys. I when I say that, I truly mean that. With him, all things are possible, and he does heal. He does heal. He'll never leave you alone to handle anything that'll break you. It's a refiner's fire, but he will never leave you alone in it ever. So, okay, I think I'm gonna do you want to do matching cobblestone on the sides? The balls of stone? Because we could do it a different color. Or we could do it the same color as this. What's your vote? Oh, can we do a vote? Can we do a poll? Is that doable here? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I'm not sure. Oh, look it. It lets me use my which is better, with the flash on or without the flash? I don't know. I don't know if it really. Yes, matching? Okay, we're going to do matching then. All right. Well, let's start on this side here. Okay. Matching it is. And then we'll do the mushrooms a different color. All the way down there. Okay. A little bit under here. Okay, there's matching. Hello, how are you? Charles, how's it going? Charles, you and I have to do a live stream one day. All right, I'm gonna do the matching. We're just coloring, Charles. We're decompressing. We're decompressing together on this Tuesday afternoon. All right, and then I'm gonna do this one because this looks like a rock to me. And we will leave the mushrooms and do those a different color. And then we'll come back and we'll detail those when they dry a little. Yes, in a creative way. I wanted to do it canning, but then I was like looking at the time. I got kind of a slow start this morning because of my asthma. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't think I have enough time to can before my classes, so we'll do the canning tomorrow. We're making seedless black raspberry jam my dad gave gallons of blackberries to a neighbor of his who was gonna make jam and then like split it with him. You know, he provided the berries and she was gonna provide the end result of the jam, but she didn't deseed them, I should say. So it ended up being seeded blackberry jam. Well, my dad, unlike me, my dad doesn't have dentures. He's 75 and still has all his teeth. God love him. But he can't do seeds. Like, seeds are really hard for him. Um, so I told him, I said, okay, Dad, I'll make it for you. So I'm going to make him some jam. All right, then we're going to do this rock here. And there aren't very many videos out there on seedless blackberry jam. So I thought about filming it in case there was somebody else out there who wanted to make seedless jam. What about this rock? Should we do this rock? I guess the same color, huh? We can add some depth to it. We can add some highlights to it. All right, we'll do that color too. So now I'm going to go back over here and I'm just going to add some shadowing. Just to kind of make it pop a little bit. Actually, I'm going to just color that whole area there. I want that to really look recessed under here too. This one. All right. That's what I thought about my monkey butter canning video I did. Nice. You rebel canner. I had this conversation with somebody the other day about rebel canning. She told me she rebel canned something and then apologized to me. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to come with rebel can. What are you sorry to me for? I'm not the canning police. There are things I rebel can. Like celery. Even though it used to be in the canning book for many, many years. It just wasn't popular enough to keep it in. But I love canning celery. I can dry beans. There's several things I rebel can, but I'm not the canning police. So, put a line right there. Okay, so see how that second layer just makes it pop? You guys are getting me hungry. Alright, and then what I want to do, I'm going to do a whole thick line right here under that rock to really make that top part pop. See it? And then I'll shadow in here. I have to shade in all the dark areas. And we'll do this. I'll do this. Do this. And this should be green. These are 2 leaves right here. Sometimes I'll notice things that I miss. I missed this one over here too. I'm gonna do this. It does teach you patience. I made a pina colada one. Ooh, pina colada like jam. You can't ever go wrong with jam. Okay, so here we have it. Is that too close? Is that a little better? There. All right, now. All right, let me look at colors here. This one's a good one, but that's not the color I want. What am I saying? Ooh, this one's good. This one is Caribe Cocoa, I think it's called. Colors. You guys were saying red, like a red and gold. Like a gold would be really nice. Let me pull some colors here. Mustard's always nice. Let's see. Like a reddish color, but we don't want something too bright. So that one's really dark. Let's see if we can lighten it up here. Here, I should just show you here. That one's really bright. No, that's too bright. Too bright. Let's check this one. That one's very deep. Might be a little too dark though. Let's try, I think this one's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be too pink. That one's gonna be too red. Coral red, let's see this one. No, that's kind of orangey. Let's try, I think old red might be too dark too. Yeah, it's kind of really dark. That's the softer one. I think this is this one. Kind of thinking that one. So let's try that with mustard. This one we need to lighten up some. Which one's that? That's the yellow. 260. Let's try summer. Summer it is. Okay, I think it's gonna be those with that for the wood. All right. Those are the colors we're gonna go with. Why not, right? I mean, it's just a picture. If we don't like it, it'll be all right. So I think we're gonna do, when I say the mustard yellow, this one, I really like this color though. Okay, that's that one. I'm gonna put that off to the side. I really like this one though. Let's see where we can, oh, that one's so pretty though. That's so earthy. Let's do, I'm gonna hold those two off to the side because I like those. All right, I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna do the stone up here. I match the stone down below. And we'll come back and shade it and add some depth to it. Okay, so that's our stone. Okay, and then we're gonna do the wood next. So mushroom house. It probably doesn't smell very good. Mushrooms are so earthy. I'm waiting on delivery from Whataburger. I've had Whataburger once because we don't have them here in Michigan, to my knowledge. I mean, you know, they're starting to come out more and more every day with new things. There's a long time we didn't have Culver's here, but now we do. I love a Culver's burger. Okay. All right, there. Now, before we do this, do I want lightning yellow? I think I want lightning yellow. Yes, okay, so we're gonna make these into lights, okay? So we're gonna color them, and then around here, I like to extend it out so it looks like it's glowing, okay? Now, when we go and put the light in here, we'll add some white. But you can even put a little reflection of it on the house itself. And see, I colored out of the lines. It's okay, because we can fix that. Okay. All right. So, there's our light. Is that a little light? What is that? Is that a little light? That kind of looks like a little light to me. So we're gonna put a little light on here too, and we'll glow that out as well. You always want to do your lighting first, because when you color like this, it's always going to be light, and then you work out to dark instead of dark to light. If that makes sense. Because for shading purposes, it's easier that way. Okay, so then what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the light and dark, or dark to light. I think dark to light. Let's do dark to light. So we're gonna do, well, let me finish this door. Let me finish this door first. Let's finish this door. I'm sorry if you hear me heavy breathing, because like I'm right on the mic. I'm bending down and around the phone so I can see. I'm probably the worst live streamer ever, but I'm old, you guys. I'm 52. I'm old. I'm lucky I can even get on this thing anymore. Mina laughs at me all the time. All right, let's get in here. All right, so do you see how we got the glow now? Yeah, I'm 52 young. There you go. All right, so now we're gonna do, let's start with the darker yellow. Here. Now this is where you kind of want to work a little faster when you start blending colors, because like I said, the alcohol markers dry pretty quick. So put a nice coat, and then we're gonna grab our next color. And we're just gonna saturate that. Oh, Doris, I'm so glad you caught me too. We're just hanging out coloring. We're decompressing together. Alright, we're just going to go back up on this line here. See, this is where the alcohol starts getting really heavy, and it takes a minute to dry. So I do have, a fan that I like to use. It's a lollipop fan. I think I have this in my Amazon coloring list as well. Mina's got a cute pink one. I got this color because I put it in my purse for church because I get hot flashes. And so this is a multifunctional fan. If I'm out shopping, standing in line at the checkout and I have a hot flash, I got a fan. So this will help when you've got like an oversaturation of color and it's just that your paper's like super wet. Just hitting this with the little fan, it helps so much. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I think we're gonna do dark now on the bottom. Yeah, I'm using the, like, am I using the right color? Yes. Thank goodness. All right. Let me bring this down here. And then right away with the yellow. Okay, and then just a little bit past here. Then we're going to come in with the dark color. All right. Ooh. Ooh, she looking good. She looking good. All right, you ready for the pop? All right, hold on now. Because I forgot this part. I also want to make this wood. Okay. And now, where's the red? Around. Ooh, what do you think? What do you think? Okay, now what I want is, I don't know if this one's too bright. Let me see. Ooh, is that too bright? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try to use the colors that I have right here. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go light. Okay. I'm going to follow it with the darker color that we have in the house. Right around that while it's wet, so it blends. Up and around. And then we're going to do the red. Now have no fear. I'm going to cover up the doorknob for right now. Because now we're going to go back. All right. Now, I'm going to hit that with a fan because it's getting oversaturated. What do we think? I love how you blend colors. Thank you. I'm not great at it, but it's okay. I don't have to be great, right? It has been a harder week, Charles. You're so right. And everyone's feeling it. Everyone's feeling it. You know, it's all the way around, you know. Well, sometimes this happens. So I'm going to cover that up a little bit. All right. So now this is where I got to leave that alone. Because, see, in my soul, I want to work on that because it bugs me. But I can't. I gotta let it dry before I can fix it. But I don't want to let it dry. I want to fix it now. All right, what color do we want to do the mushrooms? I'm thinking, because we want to kind of, that's too dark. Dragonwell tea. That would be nice. We could even do one of these colors that I kept out. Is this the nice earthy green? No, this is, oh, that's a brown. That's nice though. But I think it's this green that I liked. I think this is the color we're going to do the mushrooms. Because it just matches so well, but it's still really, it's earthy and natural. We're going to do it that color. Pretty, 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 pretty. And is that it? I think that's it. Now for the pots, do we want to do it? Do we want to do these red? Do we want to do these a yellow? Do we want to do these the same color as the mushrooms? Do we want to do it the same color as the wood? Make the wood pots? Let me know. What color you want to do the pots? I'm thinking the wood. Same as mushrooms? You want the same as mushrooms? Wood or same as mushrooms? Oh, Doris says red. Doris says, do those with a pop of red. Hello, Leanne. All right, hold on. Let's hold up the red. Okay, so are we going to do it the wood color, the red color, or the mushroom color? Oh, we got another wood. We got another red. Oh, you too, Suburban Hillbilly. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope your appointment goes good. Occupational therapy is no joke. It's a lot of hard work. So I hope it goes well for you. Wood and red. Okay, you want to do that? Oh, you know what we could do? We can do the body red and the edges wood. Want to do that? Let's do that. Let's do a combo. I love you guys. You guys live on the wild side. All right. I'll do a combo. Best of both worlds. Did I do it the right color? I didn't even do it the right color. That's not even the wood color. All right, we're going to go over it with the wood color. Okay, then we'll do the body red. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Good call. Oh, physical therapy for 6 months. Yes, that's so hard. How's your son doing, Charles? Let me know how your son's doing. Okay, so now let's see. So we did the mushroom color. I think this is the mushroom color. I also really like this color, which is darker. So it's like the mushroom, but it's darker. This is what we're going to use in the windows. Okay. Because I always like to darken those up so they don't stick out. But black or anything is too harsh, so that's how we're gonna darken those up. And now flowers. I'm kind of feeling like we should do a combo of the yellow and the red for flowers. What do you think? So since we're gonna do a combo, we're gonna do some reds first, and then we'll follow it by with some yellows. And there's no rule to this because I will just put them anywhere. I make up my own rules when it comes to this. I'll just put color anywhere. Okay. Put a couple there, a couple there. Now let's add some yellow. I had some red up there too. How's that looking? Let's see, I wish I lived closer so I could have you help me pick out fabrics and quilts at the quilt shop. I'd pick all chickens. Chickens and bread baking. That's all I would, canning. Oh yes, smash my like button. I don't mind not showing up in the algorithm and it just being us to do this. Honestly, it's very relaxing for me. I enjoy it so much. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I mean, I could just be sitting by myself talking to myself because that's what I usually do. I'll come in here and say, Mama, who are you talking to? Myself. And she always says, "Oh, are you lonely?" Never lonely if I have myself. Right? Can't really be lonely if you have yourself. But it sure is nice to have actual friends to talk to. All right, how are we liking that? We liking that? Let's add some red. Even though there's no flowers in here at all. It doesn't matter. We're going to make flowers. Because we can. Right? Because we can. All right, let's hit it with the fan. Okay, now we got to do this little roof up here. So let's get this moved down. Let's see. I'm never bored or lonely. Maybe because I'm always talking to God. There you go. That's right. Oh, I love you too, April. Thank you, April. I love you. I love you. Okay, now we're going to do same concept, except, hold on, let me find my yellow. Except we're going to do the bright on the top this time. We'll do the brighter yellow on the top. And then we'll do the darker yellow. Blending down. Okay, and then we will do the red. Okay, there we go. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? All right, so now we're gonna go. We're going to go into our colored pencils here. I'm gonna need my sharpener and my garbage. That's nice and bright. Now I want a deep one. I need to sharpen this one too. where you start, where the colored pencils really come in handy as far as kind of blending things in. I think I want, like a, let's see if I got a brighter orange. I think that's this one. And then, oh, we reach, or my little tools. Bright yellow. Oh, that's really bright. I like that. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, thank goodness. You died on me. I didn't even realize you were so tired. Then you were out of energy. I got rid of all your energy. I'm so sorry. All right. I'm so sorry. An hour and a half. We've been together for an hour and a half. How is this even possible? Well, I'm back. Thank goodness I didn't have to restart the stream. Okay, we're back. I did not move forward without